Hello, everybody. This is Howard the Teaser King coming to you with Week 17 of the NFL. Just like to talk to you about this week. It's a difficult week because you don't know who's playing. Like the Dallas-Philly game. Pitt, I don't think, is playing against Cleveland, which is too bad because Pitt owns them. If Dallas plays, they're a good play. Washington, the Giants, if the Giants play, they'd be a good play. How do you play Baltimore, Cincinnati, Chicago, Minnesota? So it's unfortunate that they made these the last week. I don't agree with that. I think these should be more into the middle of the season and gives a better chance for these teams to play. Like Pitt, let's say Pitt lost to Baltimore and now they're a game behind, and now the Cleveland game's meaningless. Where if they played in Week 13, Pitt gets to kill Cleveland because that's what they do, and then now they wouldn't be in the situation they're in. So I don't really like that. All these divisional games of the last week, I think it's stupid. I don't see any value to it. The fact Green Bay plays Detroit this week versus 2 weeks ago makes no sense. It doesn't matter when they play it. The fact is they play it. And so I don't really like it. Who knows? I think it's very stupid. I think a lot of the NFL is stupid. They're trying to play tackle football and they're worried about injuries. They don't play tackle. Let's play two-hand touch. This Thursday night, they're worried about injuries, and then they make the teams play Sunday and then Thursday, which makes no sense. There's no reason for these Thursday night games. It just screws up the better because there's more to bet. There's games you're betting Thursday night you never would bet. See, people think this is for the money. This is all about Las Vegas. It's about the gambling. That's the whole point of this Thursday night game, the Sunday night game. It's to get games isolated so you bet on them. That's the reason you have the Thursday night game. It's got nothing to do with anything else but more games to bet, because you probably wouldn't bet a Cleveland-Jacksonville Thursday night game. Or if it was Sunday, you'd probably bet New England, and you'd bet Green Bay, and you'd bet Dallas. You're probably not going to bet a lot on Cleveland and Jacksonville and Tennessee and Houston, but you get it on a Thursday night, you want action, and it forces the betting. And that's all this is. These guys are getting hurt because they're on 3 days rest. You're asking a team to play Sunday, travel on Wednesday, and play a Thursday game on the road, and you want to think that's fair, and you don't think guys are getting injured. Okay, maybe I'm the only one that thinks that way, but I think it's an abomination that they play these Thursday night games. Okay, I get the Thanksgiving game, that's once, but the rest of it, and I don't even agree that it should always be in Detroit and Dallas. I think that's a joke. It's a huge advantage to stay home on Thursday anyway and not have to travel. So that's my opinion. Anyway, let me do a quick rundown of the team versus team trends here. Houston, Tennessee. Houston's won the last 5. Baltimore, Cincy, the Dogs covered the last 5. Green Bay, Detroit, the favorite and Green Bay are 4-1, and the favorite is 9-2, and Green Bay is 15-3 as the favorite in the series. The favorite in the Indy-Jacksonville series has won the last 5. The dog in the Dallas-Philly is 5-0. Minnesota-Chicago, the home team, is 5-0. Tampa Bay, Green Bay. Carolina's 10-1 in the series. Carolina's 4-1 the last 5. Pittsburgh is 18-3 as the favorite. Pitt and the favorite are 10-1. The last 11 in Pitt. Atlanta, New Orleans, the dog is 5-0 the last 5. New England, Miami. New England's 12-2 is the favorite. New England is 3-1 the last 4. Arizona and the Rams. Arizona is 10-1 in LA. KC, San Diego. KC's won the last 5. Seattle, Frisco. Seattle's won the last 5. Oakland, Denver. Oakland and the dog are 9-2. So basically, I keep all these trends division versus division. This is the advantage I have of being a visual mathematician, which means I'm excellent at spotting trends. That's why I'm a mathematician at it. That's why I do football, because it's all trends. There's an art to it too. It's not just, Houston won the last 5, I'm going to bet Houston, but it definitely helps. you still want to look at it. Now, Houston doesn't need the game, but they're not going to rest Savage. Tennessee lost Mariota. So it probably is a Houston play because Tennessee doesn't have anything to play for either, and they've lost Mariota. So we'll see. But that's what you're looking for, and that's the value of me being a mathematician. It's all trends. That's what you're looking for. You're trying to find how is this team going to match up with the other team, and that's how I've choreographed my picking throughout the years that has come up with that. I'm going to say one quick thing on betting teasers versus straight games. I get asked a lot, is this a straight bet? Are you doing straight bets? I don't do straight bets because straight bets aren't profitable. You can't get, I can tell you that New England's 12-2 is a favorite in the Miami series, but that's not in a straight bet. I don't know what they are in a straight bet. I don't care because it's not profitable. You're betting 50-50 trends. Maybe it's a 60-40 trend. Maybe one team is 6-2 in a straight game, versus the teaser. But I can tell you in a teaser trend that, Dallas, Philly, the dog's 5-0, and I can tell you that Dallas is 8-1 as the dog. Well, in a straight bet, see, the 6 points comes in and helps. And so that's the advantage of it, is I'm playing 85, 90, 95% trends, sometimes 100% trends. I think Baltimore was 14-0 as a road dog last week against Pitt, and I locked it, and it was an easy winner. And I'm turning 3-4 point dogs into 9-10 point dogs, which is huge. Baltimore was 5.5 point dog. I took them up to 11.5. It was huge. Making the 5.5 point bet versus an 11.5 point bet is, and remember, you got to bet the game before it's played. You can't go after the game and go, oh, I didn't need the 6 points. There's plenty of instances I can tell you do need the 6, and it turns a lot of losers into winners. So all I'm saying is, it's the reason you bet the teaser is it gives you a better chance of winning, and that's what we're here for. That's why we bet, is to win. And I don't get why you'd want to bet the game straight. I don't get the advantage. That means you're only going to bet one game, which is bullshit, because I know most people are playing 8, 9, 10 of these games, if not all of them. So you're finding 2 games to play. It's much harder to win straight than in a teaser, because you're getting the 6 points. It's got to make it easier to pick winners. And if you're worried about picking the second game, you can trap every game. So you can bet $100 on Team A and Team B. Team A wins. Team B's a night. So one's an early game, one's a night game, and just trap it. And you can win. You're going to win some traps, and other times you're going to win one half and lose the teaser, win the straight, win the trap. Once in a while you win the teaser and you lose the trap, and then sometimes you win them both. One of my buddies today, he's a customer, trapped the over in the Arkansas Virginia Tech game. The over-under was 62. The teaser went over 56. It was with Utah yesterday, and he trapped it under 62 straight, over 56. It landed 59. He won both halves. I'm very, very happy that he asked me that question and that it won, and I'm very happy for him. It was a very smart play, and he gets a double winner. He wins both. He wins the teaser and the straight. Beautiful. And that's the advantage of the teaser that you don't have in the straight bet. If you want odds, you play a 5-6 team teaser and you trap. You get the first 5 in, you trap the 6th game. And you make sure you leave the 6th game for the odd time slot. And that's really what you do, and that's perfectly fine, and that's another advantage of the teaser. But if you can't tell me getting 6 points doesn't help you, then you shouldn't really be betting football, because you don't have a clue that the 6 points is a huge advantage. That's all I can say. I mean, I wouldn't do this if I didn't win every year, if I didn't make hundreds of thousands of dollars betting on football, knowing the teaser is a much, much better way. There's so many times I lock a -7 down to -1, just win. I can't tell you. I must have won with Joe Montana. He was a great road favorite, and a lot of the times they'd be laying 7. I'd cut it to 1, and he'd win every time. I mean, it was a joke. And just the amount of money you win, chopping the 7s down to 1, or the big game, and you'd have 2 good teams. Anytime the Niners were dogs, and you'd kick them up to 9, Oh my God, I made a fortune on that. And that's really the advantage of it is taking, how do you pick a 2-point game? It's impossible. Who the hell knows? You're flipping a coin. But 2 up to 8, and now that spread, getting 8 with a really good team, you're going to win that 8 out of 10 times. And that's the point of the teaser. So there's huge advantage to betting the teaser. I get people want to bet straight. I don't know why. There's really no advantage to, okay, picking one and you win, but you're going to pick a second game anyway. So now you got to go 2-0, but your odds on getting 2-0 without the 6 points are far worse than if you took the 6 points. And you can trap the second game if you're not comfortable, and you squeeze out a little juice and percentage on it, and you win that way if you want to bet it that way. But there's a ton of money to be made with teasers. Otherwise, they wouldn't be 13-10 at the MGM. Do you understand? A 2-team teaser at the MGM is 13-10, and the straight bet's 11-10. And you don't think teasers are a better bet, and they're giving you got to play 13-10. So I got to bet 130 to win 100 at MGM on a teaser, but I can bet it straight at 110 to 100, and you don't think there's an advantage to a teaser there? Okay. I'm amazed I still do straight bets, and it's not that I don't do them, but it's not because I know they're a bad bet. I know the teaser bet is such an advantage over the straight bet, it's not even close. I know that. I mean, I've worked on it. Again, I started teasers in 77, so I've worked on it for 50 years now. No, 40 years? No, 50 years. This is my 50th year doing teasers. I know I don't look 50, but take my word for it. Terry Bradshaw beating the Rams, laying 11.5, winning by 12, the 1979 Super Bowl. I had the Steelers laying 11.5. So, yes, I know. I probably had them laying 5.5 in the teaser too, but you can't tell me. I've worked it out. I've done the math. I've got all the trends. Believe me, it's a lot easier. You make a lot more money betting the teasers, but you've got to understand you're going to probably go 50, 60% doing it. So that's why you bet more on the better games and less, and you put the better teams in multiple teasers. I think the best way to play mine is when I say 7 units, it should mean $50 to you. When I play 9 units, maybe it means $60 to you. When I play 11 or 15 units, maybe it's $100 or $150 bet to you. Maybe don't get caught up in my 777s as a 7-unit play. It all depends on who's playing it and for how much. And that's why I do it for units, because some guy might play 1,000 a game, some guy might play 20 a game. So I'm trying to cater to all my customers. But that's how you should play it. But yes, the reason I bet all those teasers, and I do bet a lot of them, and I do it on purpose because I know I'm going to pick a few losers. And if I just pick 8.5, 2 losers, then I'm going to go 3-2 in teasers. And if I played them all for $100, I wouldn't win any money. So I already know I got to rank the teams, put stronger teams for more money, and the weaker ones for less money. But they're still good trends. That's why I'm still playing the weaker ones. Like I played Baltimore against New England. Well, it's hard to go against New England, but the Baltimore trends were there. So therefore, I still played Baltimore, but I didn't lock it and play it really high. I played it smaller because I was playing against New England. So I don't want to let New England kill me. But on the other hand, I do want to play that. So that's why I might play them for smaller. But that's how you win at teasers. You break it down. And what I do is the art of ranking the teams, putting them together, making them stronger and weaker, and that's really the key to it. And that's really what I do, and very, very successfully. Let me give you 2 games for this week. Chicago's playing Minnesota. The home team's 5-0. Minnesota and the favorite are 10-1 against the Bears. This is revenge for that Monday night loss where we locked it. This isn't a revenge bet. It's a revenge game for Minny in Chicago. I like Minny even in this game. They've been playing well. They played a bad game against Green Bay, but there's no way they were going to match up. But I look at them this week to definitely get the win over Chicago. I think it's a good game for them, and a game that they should win easily at home. It's a home series. Again, they're 10-1 at home. They're going to play. They're not laying down, and the home team is 5-0 the last 5 in this series. The other game I like is Cincinnati's laying 1.5 to Baltimore. The Dogs covered the last 5. The dog is 13-2. Cincinnati is 10-1 at home, but AJ Green again's out. Baltimore has been a great road dog. This is a very tight series. The Dogs covered the last 5. I look for Baltimore to win this game, or it should be a real close game. Cincinnati just doesn't blow anybody out. They're what I call a weak favorite. A weak favorite's a team that doesn't score a lot. They have decent defense. So if they're playing a good team like a Baltimore, I look for that to be explosive. Baltimore this year is 13-1 in the teaser. So that's another reason I like Baltimore here in this role. So I like Baltimore as a dog. I'm going to give you a third game. Kansas City's playing San Diego. Kansas City's won the last 5. San Diego this year is 12-2. Is a bet against in the teaser. They're not a great home dog. Kansas City's a very strong road favorite, actually, and they need the game for the number 2 seed. And they play the same time as Oakland. I still think Oakland wins this game against Denver, but Kansas City's going to play hard to try to get the 2 seed. San Diego looks like they gave up. They lost to Cleveland. Why their kicker is still on the team, he's missed so many kicks, is beyond me. And that's the other thing, to real briefly, like, what is wrong with these kickers that keep missing extra points? You've got to be kidding me. And I don't like this extra point gone back. The extra point was initially put in as a reward for scoring the touchdown. We'll give you 6 for the touchdown, and we'll let you kick this extra point to get to 7. It was never intended to be a 40-yard kick. It's never intended to go for 2. It's basically a reward for scoring the touchdown. It should not be a 30-yard kick. And you have all these misses, and they're not funny, and they screw up the line. Here you got a team maybe getting 7.5, and the guy misses it. Now you're down 8, and you're losing, and that's the only reason they do these things, is to screw up the spread and screw up the bettors and to make an advantage for Vegas. That's why they play these stupid Thursday night games, which risk a lot of injuries, and they do this 2-point conversion crap, is to screw up the bettors, preferably the teaser bettors. We see a 1.5, take it up to 7.5. You missed the 2-point conversion. Now you're down 8, and that's the only reason they did it, is to screw it up. There's no other reason for this 2-point. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. These kickers that can't kick these extra points should be fired. They shouldn't be in the league. These are professional kickers. They should nail 99 out of 100. The Arizona kicker sucks. The San Diego kicker. This is embarrassing that these kickers cannot make these extra points. I'm sorry. I don't buy any of this, that it's good for the league to miss extra points. I'm sorry. I think it's stupid. But with that said, I like Kansas City. I'm giving you a third game here. Take Kansas City to beat San Diego. They need the game. Again, they've won the last 5, and again, they're a huge home favorite, or road favorite. San Diego's just terrible against the spread. Take Baltimore against Cincinnati. Baltimore's 13-1 in a teaser. The Dogs covered the last 5 in this series, and since he's a weak home favorite. And Minnesota over the Bears. Minnesota, the home team's 5-0. Minny's 10-1. So the Bears in Chicago are the play. Minnesota in Minnesota is the play. And I guarantee you Minnesota plays, because they got revenge on their mind. Peterson won't play, but again, I just see Minnesota getting the W here, sort of in a revenge game. I have 2 locks going, and a lot of the key games going. Let me quickly give you the key games. Washington, the Giants, Green Bay, Detroit, Tampa Bay against Carolina. Tampa needs it. Atlanta, New Orleans, huge game. New England, Miami, Kansas City, San Diego, Seattle, Frisco, and Oakland, Denver. And definitely those are the key games, but by all means doesn't mean anything. just because they need the game doesn't mean they're going to get it. Like I told you, the Giants and Philly, the trends were Philly. Philly wins. There's a reason I do the trends, and they work probably 80-85% of the time, which is why I'm 149 and 39, which is basically 79.5%. A lot of it's following the trends, and that's not the only reason. I'm looking at injuries and coaches and all that stuff, but basically the trend is the ignition of figuring out the puzzle of who am I going to play, who's the good dogs and who's the strong favorites, and who needs the game and who doesn't need the game. So that's what I'm looking at. All right, everybody. Well, Happy New Year. Again, you want all the games through the Super Bowl, all the pro games, $100. Just buy the $100 package. Send me an email, and I'll give you the password for the rest of the year. If you want all the games, buy the $150 weekly pro and college, and you get all the college through the playoffs and all the pros through the Super Bowl. My Christmas gift to everybody else. Otherwise, it's $100 a week for the pros. You'd have $100. You'd have the first round of playoffs, second round of playoffs, third round of playoffs, championship game, and the Super Bowl. It'd be $500-600. And the bowls I have on sale for $100. All the way through the end of the playoffs. And I put out my bowl. I've given you Alabama, Clemson, and the pro teaser as the winners there. So good luck, everybody. I wish you the best. I wish you a happy new year, healthy. I'm trying to make you money. That's my goal. Again, I'm a mathematician, a visual mathematician, an excellent at spotting trends, and I'm an excellent high-level analyst. That's what I do, and that's what I'm doing here, and that's why I do so well in football, because it's really, you're analyzing, you're looking for key variables and key trends to predict the future, and that's what I'm doing here. So good luck, everybody, and I hope everybody makes a ton of money. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure serving you this year, and again, we'll go all the way through the Super Bowl and the championship game, so just trying to help everybody out. Thank you very much. Thank you for your emails. I've got some very kind emails. And I feel very fortunate that I have some good people that are customers, and they understand. It's I want to go 100%. I want to pick winners every week. It's just not the probability and the outcome are just you go 80% right, you're going to go 20% wrong. But if you play it consistently, you're going to be way ahead for the year. Not just look at 1 week going, oh, I had a bad week. Okay, he's an idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, that's just, I don't know. People like that, I don't know how to talk to them because they're not being very realistic. Okay, everybody, www.teaserking.com. Have a great holiday. Good luck to everybody. Thank you.